Hello and welcome back. Doing another bit of a catch up on Dauntless because they've done a bit of a nerf and it's now classed as closed beta 0.3.1. There are a variety of patch notes on this. I'll be linking the patch notes down below, and there are some actually pretty hefty and pretty good changes, and I do feel that they are going in completely the right direction. However, for me personally, I do feel there needs to be a bit more. There needs to be something actually substantial that we can grab onto. They've done an amazing job so far. They've pushed it and they've listened to the feedback and they've given us an amazing patch slash update which has dealt with a lot of the current concerns. Now, one of the first things I'd like to say is this lobby airship thing is actually a really good addition. I do like this. I thought this was quite nice. I'm not too comfortable with the fact that it doesn't seem to sync you up. I would hope that syncing each of you up in this airship would then make for a better performance in the actual mission, but it doesn't. It sort of just gives you option to spy on people's gear, and already I've been moaned at, oh, why are you wearing that crap gear? Because it's as far as I've got. Cheers, love. Thank you. I mean the whole sync up thing by, there's been a few times where I would go into a mission, I would instantly be on the island, or the isle, whatever you call it. I can run around, pick up a few things, and out of nowhere I skip back to the cutscene of where I'm flying in on a ship, and then I drop down, and it's very Warframe reminiscent. Something tells me they're fans. And then I start doing the whole elastication lag thing before I can then start moving around. Another one that's actually I find really annoying when I'm playing with my wife, the game, you dirty fuckers. I will load in before her. She's on not the best laptop. It's a pretty decent laptop. It's not a complete toaster, but she takes like a extra few seconds to load in, and we'll both load in, me before her obviously. I'll run off and start doing things, but the moment she loads in, it literally just glitches me out and throws me right back to the start, and everything I just picked up is lost. So I was kind of hoping that the airship, where you would sync up those four people then and there, maybe have like just a definitive cooldown, like you have 2 minutes. This would be 2 minutes to prep your gear and for the game to sync you the fuck up, so that these sort of issues didn't happen, because I am still having quite a few latency issues within the actual gameplay, particularly on things like the European servers, because Europe is a pretty big place and some areas are more developed than others. The internets aren't as reliable in different countries, and just generally speaking, would just be nice to actually be able to bloody play a game without there being some serious frigging lag. This Ember main fight was actually one of them. You have no idea how many times I turned myself around to attack something, and the moment I pressed the attack button I would glitch through myself and then attack in completely the wrong direction because of this really annoying latency issue. It was actually pretty darn annoying. Right, on to the actual main point of this video. As you may have noticed, it's been called the Dauntless Nerf. What am I actually on about? Well, in the patch notes I will read this to you, and then I'll actually, well, I'm going to read half of it, and then I'm going to basically go over my thoughts on this. The patch notes say, Yonder Keys. Slayers let us know that the transition into the Yonder Keys was a bit of a brick wall. Getting one hit on your first hunt never feels good. We are tuning Behemoth damage against different armor tiers, and you have to forgive me for this because this part is worded really fucking weird. This should reducing Daunting by 234% and improve being Dauntless across the board. I'm assuming the syntax of that is a play on their game. In order to like hunt one of these monsters, you must be Dauntless. But honestly, the wording of that is mental. This should reducing daunting. This should reducing daunting. It's like bloody speech therapy, that. Right, basically, in a nutshell, what this means, as I'm sure you can gather, they have nerfed the Behemoths from the Yonder Keys and up, I'm assuming, I haven't got that far yet, but I'll let you know when I do, by 234%. Now, I am afraid to say, because I'm at the Yonder Keys, obviously, this is an Ember main on the Yonder Keys. I have found a collection of groups of people that are all used to Monster Hunter. That's, as far as I can gather, about 80% of the player base of Dauntless are Monster Hunter fans. So we're all here from Monster Hunter. We like Monster Hunter, we're used to Monster Hunter, we play bloody Monster Hunter. And we're not trying to turn Dauntless into Monster Hunter. But when you have a collection of people that are used to soloing their way through Monster Hunter, like even against things like Dolamador, Elatrion, bloody, you have a gold Rathian, a pink Rathian, and then just a bloody normal Rathian on the bloody arena, and you solo your way through that, which is considered to be one of the hardest missions on Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, including the Rathalos variant. And then you come into a 4-player match against an Ember main where your current gear is at maxed and it takes 2 shots to kill you still. I'm sorry, there's something very fucking wrong here. Especially when the dodge, because a lot of the time I have gotten the answer of get good, learn to dodge, blah 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 blah. We do dodge. I've seen a lot of people dodge. You can see us dodging, and unless the monster is actually directly going for us, dodging does fuck all. It's actually a little bit silly. 234%? Phoenix Labs, keep fucking going. Like, seriously. I like playing these sorts of games solo. I can barely do Monstrous Verge solo, and I'm now starting to get equipment for the Yonder Keys. It's a little bit silly, the scaling that you have done in this game. Along with the fact that the monsters very rarely take a fucking break. They are just continuous. They don't stop, they don't pause. They run in, they do an attack, they turn around and piss off. It's irritating to shit. It's like, just take a breather, for crying out loud. I mean, obviously we are able to do it, that is one dead Ember main, but some of them just get stupid. This is a Moonreaver Shrike, and I hate Shrike for the simple fact of that bloody slam thing. No matter what I do, I reckon I could pay the bloody bird, and I still can't dodge it. No matter what I do, there is no get good here. I've tried rolling back, I've tried rolling forward, left, right, I've tried just putting my weapon away and fucking sprinting for it. It guides in. It's bloody irritating. I am completely incapable of dodging it, and this thing fucking double slams. What the fuck? It's even worse with the Scrave because it's got that bloody massive AoE ice burst thing. Are you intentionally taking the bloody piss? And the way this thing actually moves and the way it operates, the only way really to actually get a hit in is to try and shoot it down when it's fucking flying. The problem is, in order to do that, we either need to have a bloody god with the hammer, or, obviously, the warpike. The problem is, we need to get in there in the first place to build up a charge to shoot it fucking down. But every time we get near the thing, it just slams. We've literally been fighting this thing for like, what, 20 seconds, if that? There are two people that are damaged to fuck and need a bloody heal up right away. He nearly just got friggin' fragged in like near enough a hit. Like, we all have Monstrous Verge equipment, and we all have it at max, level 5. And the struggle right here is real. The amount of damage that these things do, the amount they take, the simple look at the damage on that one hit, and compared to the AO, look, that was even mid friggin' dodge. Mid dodge, yeah, learn to dodge. Why? It does nothing. They have done an amazing job so far. I just feel that they are still not quite grasping the fact that a lot of people here will be used to Monster Hunter. They need to add in a ranged weapon. That is near enough one of the main points of this. One, yes, congrats, you nerfed them. I preferred being one shot because at least they weren't fucking teasing me. This is just sort of a pain. And then, obviously, it's just... a lot of the mechanics in this are just... It can't be learned to dodge because I'm trying to dodge right there and I've got some bloody idiot next to me who's not letting me move. You block each other in. We need to get people out of the equation by getting ranged weapons. So honestly, ranged weapons now. Chop chop, Phoenix Labs. Seriously. The dodge theory is fine if you can do it perfectly 100% of the time. I actually have a little cell on mine that lets me know whether I do a perfect bloody dodge. It comes up with a little cross sword below my health. I can tell you now, despite the fact that that's called a perfect dodge because it increases my damage by some percentage, I've bloody forgotten. Despite actually getting that marker for that so-called perfect dodge, on occasion, they still bloody hit. So, perfect dodge is perfectly shit. That's a pointless statement. Particularly with this bloody bird because of that slam. Because of that bloody slam, this team got fragged to a point of where at 100% we literally only had one guy fighting this. Luckily, one of the people actually had a team revive, so we did manage to actually revive and push it back because we're bloody lovely, and we eventually stab this bird where it fucking deserved it because it was such an irritating bastard. But seriously, the general overall point is 234% nerf, not good enough. Make it about, it's got to be into the 300s easy. Minimum I'd say 340 because the scaling is bloody ridiculous, especially when you want to play this game solo. It's near enough impossible, particularly with the armor scaling, at least with them. I've got maxed equipment and I could not even do a bloody Nasher solo. That's a joke. Come on, it's a friggin' joke. Along with the fact that I'm going to keep pushing it, we need a ranged weapon. We need one. It's the only way a lot of the mechanics in this game actually do give us a chance with the current so-called dodge system. It's got to be done. I'm sorry, it does. Anyway, that's me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you pretty darn soon. Ta-ra!